We go to the Mythos phase, 2 Doom of 7. Our encounter card, our first encounter card of the game is going to be Entombed. We are Entombed right off the bat. Right at the entryway, too, we got Entombed. Hello Arkham Horror fans, this is your Game of the Day. Remember that you can get in on the fun by heading over to surveymonkey.com, filling out the 3 quick questions, and letting me know which investigators and scenarios you would like to see me play here on the channel, and I will do my very best to bring you those games. If you like this sort of content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a great deal. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the patrons of this channel for their tremendous support. The Arkham Horror LCG community is amazing, and these people have gone above and beyond to bring you content like these playthroughs. If you'd like to support the channel's goals and see your name on this list, head over to patreon.com, sign up for a tier of your choice, and claim your rewards. That would be awesome. Without further ado, let's play our Game of the Day. On today's Game of the Day, we are headed back into the temple with Winifred Habbamock. This is our second crack at the Return to the Doom of Eztli on hard with Winifred. As you may remember, our first attempt, we were forced to resign. Things were looking good at the start of the game. We were making some progress, and I thought we might be able to make it to the chamber. Unfortunately, the Harbinger arrived, and we were forced to beat a hasty retreat to the exit before we took any trauma. So we are going to take another crack at it today. I really don't want to have to blow up the temple. That adds a lot of tally marks to Furia Vig, and I'd like to try to get to the end of this campaign with as few as possible. So we are going to try again today. Just a reminder that if you enjoy this type of content, make sure you fill out the survey. You can tell me what decks you want me to play for Game of the Day. We have a whole bunch in the hopper, and I am looking forward to getting to those in the weeks and months to come. Also, if you enjoy listening to these as a podcast rather than watching them on video, head over to my blog at thewhisperindarkness.blogspot.com. You can download them there, the audio versions, or they are available on iTunes or Google Play. As you may remember, we are playing Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger that was built by Antti Markovnikov over on Arkham DB. I will leave a link to the deck in the description down below. There are some problems with this deck. There are some cards in it, as I believe some viewers pointed out in the comments to the previous videos. There are a few cards in here that I don't think I would necessarily play, and we will probably be removing those as we continue with this campaign. Unfortunately, our run through Return to the Untamed Wilds was not very successful, so we only have 2 experience points. Hopefully we can earn a few more in this scenario and be able to change out some of the cards. Cards that I'm not really a big fan of right now are especially Daredevil Zero and Nimble. I'm not sure it does enough work in this particular deck, but we shall see. We are going to give this a second try, and hopefully we will be successful. So we have the 25 automatic in there to deal with... we spent 2 experience points. Sorry, we spent 2. Basically to get our lockpicks. That was all we spent our experience points on. We have the 25 automatic to deal with enemies. We've got our 2 copies of lockpicks in order to gather clues. We've got Lucky Cigarette Case in order to generate some card draw if we're able to succeed by 2. A couple copies of Leather Jacket to help keep us safe from harm. We have Alejandro Vela in our deck. We were allowed to add him after Return to the Untamed Wilds. We have Lonnie Ritter as our ally. I'm not too sure she's as good. I would definitely prefer to have Leo DeLuca in that spot when I'm playing Winifred. But Lonnie helped us actually survive last game, so I'm willing to give her another chance. We've got a couple copies of Liquid Courage. which I think is not particularly good in this build. It's very difficult for Winifred to use that, so I'll be looking to sub that out as quickly as possible. We've got one copy of I'm Out of Here, which we're going to be saving. If we can reach the Chamber of Time and we can play I'm Out of Here, that will save us the return trip to the exit. A couple copies of Backstab. We have one copy of Watch This, one copy of Anything You Can Do Better, of course, Winifred's signature skill. We've got Arrogance as the weakness, 2 copies of Daredevil Zero, 2 copies of Guts, 2 copies of Hatchet Man, Nimble Perception, 2 copies of Quick Thinking, Reckless, and 2 copies of Unexpected Courage. So, that is the deck we are playing, and I believe we are set up and ready to go over on Octagon. So let's swap over and see if we can't get Winifred through the temple. Now, because we did resign, we have to add 1 doom to the entryway at the beginning of this scenario. And of course, we have we are using the new exploration rules that were released in the Return to the Forgotten Age. So the deck does not contain all the treacheries, but we will be adding encounter cards to it with each successful explore. So as the game goes on, the more we explore, the harder the exploration deck will get. And of course, because we're adding encounter cards, the exploration deck can contain treacheries as well as enemies. So that will be interesting indeed. Now, I have not drawn my opening hand here. These were the cards that were just automatically drawn. So we're going to shuffle those up. So we have 1 doom of 7, I believe. Yes, we get 1 doom per player, so we have a doom threshold of 7. And so we have less time. That is the trick with this one. You end up with less time each time you reattempt the scenario, and hopefully we will make it out. Big thanks to Lettuce Folk, who recommended that I attempt the Return to the Forgotten Age with Winifred. So let's draw our opening hand and see how we do to start things off here. We have a Quick Thinking, a Perception, a Daredevil, a Liquid Courage, and an Anything You Can Do Better. Not a particularly inspiring hand. I think we will be mulliganing all of this except the Perception, just in case we do need to grab that clue at the beginning. So we will pick 4 cards. We get Lock Picks. We get Reckless. We will be getting rid of that. We get Lucky Cigarette Case and a Backstab. So a much better looking hand this time. 2 copies of Backstab in the end. So we will shuffle those back up. So we have a Perception, Lockpicks, Lucky Cigarette Case, and 2 copies of Backstab to kick things off here. Very happy to see the Lockpicks right away and the Lucky Cigarette Case. So we should be able to not only gather clues, but draw plenty of cards. Now, again, it's just going to be speed, right? We need to get to the end of the scenario, and we need to be able to get the bauble at the end and escape, hopefully using I'm Out of Here. So let's get our 3 actions, or let's go to the investigation phase of turn 1 and gain our 3 actions. And I believe our first action is easy enough. We will use it to play the lockpicks, so we will spend 3 resources. Then our second action, we will play the Lucky Cigarette Case for 2 resources, so we're down to 0. We'll need to generate some resources if we want to use those copies of Backstab. And now we are ready to use our final action. I should put her actually at the entryway. That would be helpful. And we will use our our final action to investigate using the lockpicks. So we are going 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 2. We are playing on hard, so there is that -6 in the bag. Just a quick reminder of the tokens. The skulls are -1, -3 instead if there's a doom on your location. The cultists and tablets are -X, where X is the number of locations with doom on them. And the elder thing is reveal another chaos token. If you fail, place 1 doom on your location. So we're going 8v2. Chaos bag gives us a -2 to kick off the game. So we will collect that clue. All right, we go to the enemy phase. Nothing to worry about there. We go to upkeep and we draw a liquid courage. So that is not going to be overly helpful. That's very difficult for Winifred to pass. So maybe that was included in the deck as a multiplayer card. I'm not too sure if it's certainly not a particularly good solo card for her, but we shall see. I think we're going to do some exploring next turn and hopefully make some progress. So we go to the Mythos phase, 2 doom of 7. Our encounter card, our first encounter card of the game is going to be Entombed. We are Entombed right off the bat. Right at the entryway, too, we got Entombed. So we cannot disengage from enemies or move. We need to test for agility to escape the tomb or for combat to break out. If you succeed, discard Entombed. So let's gain our 3 actions back, and pretty clear what we're doing first action here. So we are going to try to escape the Entombed. Oh, I should have drawn a card for my lucky cigarette case. I'm going to do that now, and we get Reckless. Is that Reckless? Arrogance. We get Arrogance. So we commit Arrogance to each eligible skill test. The icons subtract from the skill value instead of adding to it. If this test succeeds, return it to your hand. So we don't really have a lot to work with here. We're going 5v4, but we're going to have to throw the Arrogance in there. And then our only other icons, agility skill icons, are the backstabs, and I'd hate to throw both of those. So let's throw the Arrogance. We have to put that in there. So we are going 4v4. That's really not that good. But we will give it a try. We get a 0. Well, look at that. So we pass. So we bring the Arrogance back to our hand. I was almost kind of hoping we would fail that one just to get rid of the Arrogance, but no such luck. But we do escape the Entombed, so I can't complain about that. All right, well, we might as well start exploring. Let us go and find ourselves a location. We need to turn the visibility off on those cards and shuffle them up. All right, so we're going to explore. Our first card is the Tomb of the Ancients. It is the blue triangle, and we are not connected to that, so we will need to keep going until we find something. There is the Grand Chamber. That is the star. We are connected to the star, so let's go there. We have successfully explored, so let's shuffle a bad card into the deck. Now I believe it's part of the explore. We get to move. So we move to the Grand Chamber. Rearranged by time, 2 shroud location, 1 clue. Check your supplies if you have a map and there are no clues on Grand Chamber. For the remainder of the scenario, the Grand Chamber loses Vengeance 1 and gains Victory 1. All right. I think as our final action, we are going to use our lockpicks. So we're going to go once again. We have to commit the Arrogance. So we are going 7v2. 7v2. Okay, and we get an Elder Sign. which for Winifred is +1, and after this test ends, for every 2 points you succeeded by, return a card you committed to this. Well, I get the arrogance back in my hand anyway, so that's no fun. But we do get this clue, and we should now remember to exhaust. We did succeed by 2, so we will draw a card. Very important to remember that. There's a Guts. So we do have a Liquid Courage and a Guts, so we can maybe get out of a willpower skill test. Maybe. Cross our fingers. With Winifred's 1 willpower, that makes her very vulnerable indeed. So we broke out of the Entombed, we explored, and we investigated. So we need one more clue in order to trigger to advance Act 1A. So far, so good. We advance to the upkeep phase. We gain our resource and draw Unexpected Courage. Another pretty nice card to have. So that's going to do it. That's going to do it. So we're going to go to turn 3. 3 of 7 Doom. Our encounter card is Obscuring Fog. So that's not going to affect us at all at the Grand Chamber. So we will gain our 3 actions back. And I think we'll continue to explore. We have no reason to stay here. I don't know if we actually brought the map, did we? I don't think we did. We may have. I forget. It's no big deal. Vengeance 1, I guess, is we'll deal with that later in the campaign. We'll see how much vengeance we can rack up. So let's go exploring. So we're looking for yellow circle, green diamond, or brown plus sign. So our first card is the brown plus sign. Right? Yeah, it is. All right. So that comes in there. We add a card and shuffle that in. So we've shuffled another encounter card into the Explore deck. Winifred moves to the Throne Room. It is a 5-shroud location with 1 clue. While the Throne Room has Doom on it, it is considered to be in the victory display for purposes of counting vengeance. If there are no clues or Doom on the Throne Room, record Mysterious Scepter in your supplies. Ooh, Mysterious Scepter. That sounds good. All right, well, we have a this is a 5-shroud location, so we're going to need to put in a little extra effort here to grab these clues. So let's exhaust our lockpicks. We have to commit the Arrogance. We are going to commit the Perception here. And so we are going 5, 6, 7, 8, down to 7, up to 9 v5. I'm going to also commit the Unexpected Courage. We're going to go 11 v5. That takes the -6 out of the bag, so that should be good. Now we do get to trigger. We committed 2 different non-weakness cards we control, so we get to draw a card, which gets us Lonnie. We're up to a couple. We have a couple resources, so not enough to play Lonnie yet. 4 resources gives us +1 combat. So we're going 11 v5. The Chaos Bag says. That's another Elder Sign. Wow. The Chaos Bag is being kind to us today, throwing us 2 Elder Signs in the first 3 turns. So we do actually get some goodies after this. After the test ends, for every 2 points you succeed by, return a card you committed to this test to your hand. So we were up 11 to 5. We finished 12 to 5. We succeeded by a bunch, by 7. So we get to return all these cards to our hand. And if this test is successful, we draw a card. So we return all these cards to our hand, and we get to draw a card. We get another copy of Liquid Courage, and we get to trigger Lucky Cigarette Case to draw another card, which we get Nimble. So we have a hand size of 10 at the moment. That was a very, very successful explore, or a very successful investigate action indeed. So we explored, we investigated, we have one action remaining. Now, I think we'll advance since we have nothing better to do. So we'll spend our 3 clues to advance to Agenda 1B, Hidden Corridors. Shuffle the set-aside Chamber of Time location into the exploration deck. Check your supplies. If we have chalk, we remove the act from the game. Otherwise, we place the act in the victory display. It gains Vengeance 1. Let's go find the chamber. Now, we need to know. Chamber is the hourglass sign. All right. So the chamber is the hourglass. Where can we get to? Can we get to it from here? We cannot get to it from any of our current locations. All right. So that means we're going to have to go find a location that we can get to the hourglass from. So we add that to our victory display, and we put in Agenda 2, our Act 2A, Magic and Science. Again, we can explore. We need to be at the Chamber of Time and spend two clues to advance. So we have a lot of cards in our hand. We have 10 cards in our hand. So we might as well go exploring, right? We want to find a location that has the hourglass connector. So we will spend an action and go exploring. So let's shuffle up that deck again. And here we go. Mosaic Chamber is connected to the throne room. So we move to the Mosaic Chamber. Mosaic Chamber is a 3-shroud location. Check your supplies if you have a canteen. The chamber accepts your gift of water. Remove 1 doom from any location in play. Group limit once per game. So we did get the... Oh, right. We didn't record the Mysterious Scepter. We have to take an action to do that. We could have. Maybe we'll go back. We need to find the location. Now maybe I'm missing something. Maybe we need the Mysterious Scepter in order to find the chamber in this one. Anyway, chamber, Mosaic Chamber, 3-shroud location, 1 clue, and it does not connect to a location with the magic symbol that we need. So that's going to do it for our turn. We're going to have to discard some cards here, because we're going to go to upkeep. We draw a copy of Hatchet Man. We need to discard down 3 cards. So let's get rid of the Nimble. The Liquid Courage. I don't know. Do I get rid of a backstab? We've got 2 backstabs. And a backstab, I guess. So we are down 7 cards in our hand. Or sorry, 8 cards in our hand. Backstab. Liquid... why did I get... Let's get rid of the other Liquid Courage. It's not going to be useful this game. Let's get rid of it. So we'll keep the 2 backstabs. We have a Guts, Lonnie Ritter, Arrogance, Perception, Unexpected Courage, and Hatchet Man. We go to the Mythos phase. It is turn number 4. We have 4 of 7 Doom in play, and our encounter card is Wrath of Yig. Test 2 willpower. This test gets +1 difficulty for each vengeance point in the victory display. If you have a map and there are no clues, okay, so it's not in the Vengeance display. The throne room is not in the Vengeance. Has Doom on it, so it is not in the Vengeance display. So there is one Doom. There is that the Act card in the Vengeance display. So it's it's a difficulty 3 willpower test. If you fail, put a set aside poisoned weakness into play in your threat area if you cannot take 2 damage. I don't want to be poisoned. That sucks. But we're not really going to have much chance to... We're not really going to have much hope of passing this. So do we waste our guts on this? Or do we just... I don't really want to be poisoned. But we're going to have to commit arrogance. And we're probably going to fail because we're going 0v3. So yeah, let's just fail it. We get a -2. So finally the arrogance goes away. And we are poisoned. That's not good. But we are playing with Winifred, so... I can't remember if we were poisoned last game. But I don't think so. I don't think we were poisoned, but it's been a while. That's what happens when you don't play for a while. You end up forgetting things. All right. Well, we took the poisoned weakness. We will have to go to our phase. It is the investigation phase. We might as well grab this clue and then go exploring again. We need to find the location that gets us where we need to be. So we can go 8. 8v3, is that enough? Or do we commit more? 8v3. I'm going to commit the perception. No, we'll go 8v3. That's fine. 8v3. But first, let me get my... all right. We need a couple of actions, so we'll spend an action. We're going 8v3. Chaos Bag gives us a 0, so we do succeed by 5. We will exhaust the Lucky Cigarette case to draw a card. We get a leather jacket, and we gain this clue. Now, I can't remember whether we shuffled anything in for the... Let's go check. Let's go see. Did we shuffle a card in when we put out the... Moves Mosaic Chamber. Adds a clue to Mosaic Chamber, but I did not shuffle anything in. So... we will shuffle a card into the exploration deck for that. Well, we might as well keep on trucking because we have, we're still searching. So we'll shuffle that up. We are looking for square plus T or, well, we've already got that one, I think. Nope. Or blue triangle. Oh, we get an enemy. We get the Vengeful Serpent. 2/2/2 across the board. Humanoid monster serpent hunter. Forced. After you draw a Vengeful Serpent, draw each Vengeful Serpent in the victory display as well. Do I want to kill the Vengeful Spirit, the Vengeful Serpent? I don't think I do. We can evade the Vengeful Spirit. Or we can try, at least. It's worth Vengeance 0, though. We could backstab the Vengeful Spirit, or Vengeful Serpent, which would get rid of it. That would put us at 5v2. And then we could commit the Unexpected Courage and Hatchet Man to this. Let's do it. Let's kill the Vengeful Spirit. Or Vengeful Spirit, Vengeful Serpent. So we'll spend 3 resources. We are using our agility instead of our combat, so we are going 5v2. We will use the Unexpected Courage and Hatchet Man to go 7-8v2. Chaos Bag says -3. We succeed, and we do get to draw a card because we committed 2 different cards to that. We get another copy of Nimble. And the Vengeful Serpent is added to the victory display. And that is our turn. We go to Upkeep. We draw another copy of Perception. So we are very perceptive. And we go to Mythos phase. It is turn 5. We have 5 of 7 Doom. Our encounter card is a Brood of Yig. 2/3/2 Hunter. Brood of Yig gets +1 fight for each vengeance point in the victory display. There is 1 vengeance point in the victory display currently, so it is a 3. I think I'm going to try to evade this guy. Whoops. I want to do this over here. Put some action markers on my investigator. I think I want to evade this guy, so we'd be going 5v2 to evade. So let's do that. 5v2, Chaos Bag gives us a skull. That is a -1, so he is evaded. We will go exploring as our second action. We get the Chamber of Time, which is not connected to anything, unfortunately. And we get the Snake Pit. It is a plus. All right, the Snake Pit. That is nasty business. This is one of the new locations. So after you put Snake Pit into play by exploring successfully, but before moving to it, spawn 1 set-aside Pit Viper enemy in Snake Pit, maximum of 3. Check your supplies. If your investigator at your location has binoculars, you may choose not to move to Snake Pit. Otherwise, you must move to it. Now, I think we did take the binoculars to avoid some mental trauma. However, the Snake Pit is connected to the location we need. So successful exploration, we shuffle a card in. I think we're going to move to the Snake Pit. We have to go get ourselves a snake. We have a snake, which will be engaged with us. Now, we're going to have a bunch of stuff to evade. But can we don't have our gun to kill the snake, which would be very helpful. So, we can attack the snake. We'd be at 3. Or we can just evade the snake, 3v5. Let's... Oh, man. 3v5, if we were to... I guess we could try to... No, we can't backstab the snake because we don't have enough resources. So let's try to evade the snake. We're going to go 5v3. We could commit 2 cards to go 7v3. But I guess we're going 5v3. So Chaos Bag gives us a -2. So we are successful. So we evade that now. So next turn we could evade, and then we could try to find the chamber. That would be the best, because the mosaic chamber is out. So there's only, and the plus sign is out. The throne room is out. So we would need either the blue triangle or the Chamber of Time. So unless we draw an encounter card. All right, we go to the enemy phase. Nothing happens. We go to upkeep. We draw Lonnie, our second copy of Lonnie. The Brood of Yig is up there. The Pit Viper is engaged with us. Now we could get it's very easy to get bogged down here, so we need to be very careful. We want to grab, ideally we can get this clue, and then we could just advance once we hit the chamber. But we do still need to draw our I'm out of here if we want to get the easy way out. All right. Where are we in upkeep? Yeah, so we drew the Lonnie. Okay, so we go to turn number 6. There is 6 of 7 doom in play, so we do not advance yet. We get another entombed. Oh, that's bad news. That's really bad news. The second time we have been entombed this game. We can't disengage from enemies or move while we are entombed. Break the entombed, leave the serpent, explore. Man, 5v4 though. That is not very good odds. We can go 5, 6, 7v4 and draw us a card. So we'll commit the nimble and a backstab to draw a card. We get a quick thinking. 5, 6, 7v4. Chaos Bag throws us a -3, so we break the entombed. Fortunately. We did not succeed by 2, so we can't draw another card. Now we need to evade this serpent. We have 2 actions remaining. So we got away with that one. A little bit of luck here would be very nice. I would like to very much to... I mean, our other option is just to try to kill the serpent. We are 3v3. We could go 3, 4, 5, 6v3 and draw a card. I feel like we need to do that. We're going to go 6v3. So we're going to commit the Leather Jacket, Quick Thinking, and Lonnie to this. We're going 6v3. We do get to draw a card. Which gives us a Hatchet Man. Chaos Bag says -3. Yes, so we got it. 3, 4, 5, 6. We killed the Pit Viper. So it goes to the victory display. All right, we did not succeed by 2 or more, so we don't get the extra action from quick thinking, unfortunately. Let us go exploring. I think if we get lucky, we can find the Chamber of Time and avoid the Brood of Yig. We don't get lucky, well, yeah, we only have to deal with the snake once. So let's give it a try. We explore. We get a deep dark. No more than 1 clue can be discovered. So that was our final action. Then we get attacked by the Brood of Yig for 1 damage and 1 horror. And that is all she wrote. So Deep Dark is going to go away at the end of the round. That's fine. And we go to enemy phase when the Brood moved and attacked us. We draw another copy of Leather Jacket. We did indeed. So we're advancing this turn. We go to Mythos phase. There is 7 of 7 Doom in play. So we are advancing. Spawn the set-aside Harbinger at the location with the most Doom. He is starting at the entryway. So he is pretty far away from us right now. How fast can he get to us? Star. Oh, he's going to have to take the long way. So we have some time. All right. So we are on Agenda 2A, the Temple Warden. There is a Doom threshold of 13. But we need to get moving. We need to find this chamber. We need to get out of here before the whole thing comes down on our heads. We need to draw an encounter card, which is going to be Crypt Chill. Oh, we're going to lose an asset. Which is probably going to be our lucky cigarette case, unfortunately. Test for willpower. No way we're going to pass that. Even if we throw the guts to it. The best we could do... No, we don't. We can't even draw a card. So we're just going to end up drawing a -4. So we fail. We lose the lucky cigarette case. And that's that. Now... Okay, so we are on the player. It's turn 7. It is the investigator phase of turn 7. We have a Brood of Yig in our threat area. It has 4 fight now because there are 2 vengeance points in the victory display. Only 2 evade though. So I like our odds of evading this dude. So let's try to evade him. 5v2. Chaos Bag gives us a -1, so he is evaded. Come on, explore. We need to find the chamber. We find the sealed passage. That is not connected. Come on, give us the chamber. We get the ancient hall. That is not connected. We get ill omen. Dang it. So we choose a location where there is at least 1 investigator. Place 1 doom on that location. Each investigator at the chosen location takes a horror. So there is now a doom here. Glad that didn't happen with when the Harbinger was around. And we take a horror. I'm going to go exploring again. We really want to get this chamber. Chamber! Ding, 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 ding. We have found the chamber. So we are going... That was our last action. So after the chamber is set aside, attach the relic to it. So we put the chamber here. We move to it. After Chamber of Time enters play, attach the set-aside relic of Age's asset to the Chamber of Time and place a doom on the chamber. So we place a doom on the chamber. We go find the relic. Can we do this? Maybe. Okay. So after Chamber of Time enters play, attach the set-aside relic. We did. Place 1 doom on the chamber. We did. We need 1 more clue in order to advance. And then I think we'll need 1 more clue. Yeah, so we're going to need 1 clue to advance, and then we'll need another clue in order to grab, to clear this location. All right. Good stuff. We go to the enemy phase. The Harbinger begins his journey toward us. He moves to the Grand Chamber. 1, 2, 3, 4 turns away. We go to upkeep. We draw anything you can do better. Now, what we need to do... I mean, we could, if we don't draw our... We've got 13 cards in our deck. We want to be able to... If we can get the I'm out of here, we will be in good shape. Turn 8. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 Doom of 13. Our encounter card is a Deep Dark. So we can only discover 1 clue from each location. Okay, that's fine. Actually, we had to shuffle a card in before I forget that. But I don't think that matters now because we are... we have shuffled a card in and we don't need to explore anymore. So that's good news. All right, so we will get our actions. So we will try to discover a clue. We are going 5, 6, 7, 8 V4. I'm going to commit the perception to go, we're going to go 8, 10 V4. Chaos Bag throws us a -3. So we succeeded. We gain a clue. And we draw a card for the perception. We get another Guts. Well, that's not going to be helpful. We need the I'm out of here to get this show on the road. We're going to have to wait a turn because we can't investigate this turn. So what do we do? Just draw a card? We can advance, which is going to reorganize everything, which I think is fine because we want to get the 2 victory points here. Grab the 2 victory points next turn. We're going to have to evade the Brood, grab the victory points, and then start running. And if we get lucky, we can get out of here. We've got 2 actions remaining. We can't investigate. Maybe we put Lonnie down? Yeah. Or we put the jacket down. Lonnie gives us a little bit more... Yeah, let's throw Lonnie down. We have 4 resources. So we'll throw Lonnie down as our second action. She gives us +1 fight, but she does give us some... gives us a little bit of healing. And then I think I'm going to draw a card. It's an Unexpected Courage. So we're still looking for the I'm out of here. We might as well advance. All right, so choose and investigate the Chamber of Time to take control of the Relic of Ages. So we Winifred grabs the relic. Move the placement of each location to form a straight line with the relic, with the Chamber of Time on the left and the entryway on the right. So these swap places. And then I believe it's by doom. How does this work? Each other location is placed from left to right between these two locations in order of how much doom is on them. So yeah, so you can go back there. You can go here. I think we actually just want to keep the locations basically the same, because we want the Harbinger as far away from us as possible. Okay. So that's that. At your location, heal 1 damage from that asset. Okay, right. So if we can get our leather jacket into play, we could actually get the Lonnie leather jacket thing going. We've got enough. We've got a lot of good skills in our hand in order to draw us cards and whatnot. So we go to the enemy phase. The Brood of Yig comes to us and will hit Lonnie for 1 and 1. The Harbinger moves to the throne room. We go to upkeep and we draw I'm out of here. Awesome. Awesome. So we don't need to make the trip back. All we need to do is grab this clue and then we can resign. So awesome. Deep Dark goes away at the end of the round. And we are on Escape the Ruins, Act 3A. While there are 3 or more vengeance points in the victory display, each serpent enemy gets +1 evade. I believe there is only 2 in the victory display. Yeah, because the Vengeful Serpents are Vengeful 0, so there's only 2. All right, well, I think we can do this now. We will need to... So we need to A, survive the next Mythos phase, B, grab this clue, C, resign. And we can afford to take an attack of opportunity if we need to. So let's do it. All right. It is the Mythos phase of turn number 9. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 13 doom. Our encounter card is Final Mistake. Test 2 agility. This test gets +1 difficulty for each doom on your location. So it is a 3, testing 3. So we're going 5v3. 5v3. Do we want to commit anything to this? It's 2 damage. We're fine as far as damage goes. So no. We got an auto fail anyway, so no big deal there. We got the auto fail anyway. All right, so we take, I believe, 2 damage from that. Yes. Yes, we take 2. All right, it is our turn. Let's be safe about this. We don't need to be crazy or anything like that. Let's throw the Hatchet Man. Let's first advance to the investigation phase and get our 3 actions. We're going to commit the Hatchet Man and an Unexpected Courage to try to evade the Brood of Yig, which gets 2. So we are at 5, 6, 7, 8. V2. We get to draw a card, which is our Reckless. We cannot commit that to the skill test since we're already past that. We get a -3, so the Brood is evaded. Now we need this clue. Now we're going to have to commit Reckless to this, aren't we? If Reckless is in your hand at the end of the turn, reveal it and lose 2 resources. I don't care about Reckless. Don't care. That was our first action. We are going to commit Perception and anything I can do better to this. Exhaust the lockpicks, commit Perception and anything I can do better to go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Draw a card. We get a -2 to grab this clue. And okay, so we have to be careful here. If we resign here, we're going to drop all 3 clues we have. We should have spent 2 of those clues. We're going to drop all 3 clues in this square, which we don't want to do. So let's draw a card. We draw a card for Perception, which is a quick thinking. I'm going to move away to the Snake Pit. We just need to move away because if we drop our clues, if we resign at the Chamber of Time, we're going to lose our 2 victory points, which we don't want to do. So we will move away. We will go to the enemy phase. We're going to have to resign next turn, but that's fine. The Brood readies. The Harbinger moves to the Mosaic Chamber. He is very close to us. We draw Daredevil during the upkeep. We gain a resource. We just need to survive this Mythos phase. It is turn 10. 1, 2, 3, 6 of 13 Doom. We draw the Serpent of Yoth. Not happy to see him, but Serpent of Yoth, while there is 1 or more vengeance point, he gains Retaliate. While there are 2 or more vengeance points in the victory display, the Serpent of Yoth gains Hunter, so he's a Hunter and Retaliate. And while there are 3 or more, it doesn't matter. And none of that matters, because as soon as we go to the investigation phase, we will play I'm Out of Here to drop our clues at our clue at the Snake Pit. We only had to do that, and we resign. So the game is over. We did it. We did it. I knew you could do it, Winifred. I knew she could do it. All right. So turn 10, we managed to grab the clue out of the Chamber of Time, grab the Relic of Ages. We moved to the Snake Pit last turn, and we're able to resign this turn. And so we are good to go. All right. So we need to do some bookkeeping here. So just for myself. So I know we used the binoculars, and I believe we used the blanket. So those were definitely the supplies we used. I'll have to watch back the previous game to see what else we used, if anything. So this game we earned 3 VPs. So we earned 3 victory points. And there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vengeance points in the victory display. So we earned 3 VPs and there were 6 vengeance points in the victory display. Man, blowing up the temple wouldn't have been that bad of an idea anyway. All right. Well, that is going to do it. Winifred does it on the second try. We had to add a doom at the beginning to entryway, but we got off to a pretty good start with the lockpicks and the lucky cigarette case. We managed to put a good deal of distance between us and the entryway. We found the snake pit, which got us to the Chamber of Time, and then we drew I'm out of here right when we needed to. So we were able to resign without having to take the long trip back through the Harbinger. I probably would have saved, if we hadn't drawn I'm out of here, we probably would have saved some of our stuff to deal with the Harbinger, but we did not have to do that. So we earn, it was 3 VPs and 6 Vengeance points. Not a Vengeance 0 run, unfortunately, but we're on to Threads of Fate next game in the Return to the Forgotten Age campaign. Hopefully we can make some changes to this deck in the meantime. We earned, I don't know, 3 VPs. Maybe we buy an adaptable and that'll let us swap some cards. But other than that, we'll have to see what we can do. That is going to do it for your game of the day. I hope that you enjoyed this playthrough as much as I did. If you remember to fill out the survey, if there is a game that an investigator or scenario that you would like to see me play. If you would prefer to listen to these games as a podcast, head over to my blog at thewhisperindarkness.blogspot.com. You can do it there, or you can also find them on iTunes or Google Play, or whatever they're calling Google Play these days, Google Podcasts, I believe. I will be back with another game of the day. Exciting stuff coming next week. Stay tuned for that. I can't say what it is now, but very exciting stuff coming next week here on the channel. So I hope that you will stay tuned for that. And that's going to do it for me. So I hope that you are having a great day and take care out there. That's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed what you hear, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you need to contact me, I can be reached at manfromlang@gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter at manfromlang. Until the stars are right, keep your shotgun close and your elder sign closer. Take care out there, and happy investigating.